Live from downtown Indianapolis, the Fever welcome in the Seattle Storm with major playoff implications on the line tonight.
All right, y'all, look, it's a big one tonight, okay? It's an important one. This has got to be our best 40 minutes. This has got to be our most intentional 40 minutes in everything that we do, okay? Look, no one person needs to do anything outside of themselves, right? But every single person in
What
this
if I
locker
told you
room
tonight wasn't
needs
just
to be
another
the
game
best
for the
version of
Indiana
themselves.
Fever?
What if
This wasn't some average mid-season matchup that you'd forget by tomorrow morning. This was a game that completely changed the trajectory of a team's season. With playoff hopes teetering on the edge and a roster missing key stars, most notably the legendary Caitlyn Clark, the Fever didn't just show up. They owned the moment. With 6 records shattered in one night, they made sure everyone knew they're not just fighting for survival, they're here to dominate. The arena was electric, the energy palpable. A 20-point victory against the Seattle Storm wasn't the biggest story. It was the grit, the heart, and the new identity they forged in the face of adversity. This was more than just basketball. It was a declaration. The Fever are a team on the rise. No one is safe, and the future starts right here. Tonight wasn't just a win. It was a statement to the league. A team that, despite injuries and setbacks, is only getting started.
Aaliyah Boston and Izzy Magbagor in the center jump circle. We are underway from Indianapolis. Odyssey Sims tracks down the jump ball and lays it in.
Sims wearing bright pink shoes, passes to Mitchell, right corner three. It's good, and it's a record. 771 points and counting in 2025 for Kelsey Mitchell, the most in Fever franchise history.
Even without Caitlyn Clark on the court, her presence was everywhere at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The Fever's game against the Seattle Storm felt more like a playoff showdown, with Clark sidelined for the 16th straight game. But this wasn't just another match. Nike had chosen this moment to unveil her signature logo, and the entire arena felt like a tribute to her. Fans wore t-shirts featuring the double CC logo, and banners celebrating her name filled the building. Clark wasn't just a player, she was a movement. Her absence only amplified her influence, with the Fever playing not just for the win, but for her legacy. Her impact reached far beyond the court, turning this game into a citywide celebration.
AB's been the one that's been most affected by all of our injuries. You know, all of the point guards that know how to get her the ball and how they get it to her. And it's not just getting her the ball, it's where you get it to her. You know, getting it to her on time, on target, you know, thinking one pass ahead, you know, all that matters. And I thought today, her aggressiveness with the ball in her hands to the rim, getting into defenders, playing low to high instead of high to low. When she plays like that, you know, there's nobody that can stop her. And, you know, she set the tone for us, really on both ends. You know, she had the NECA assignment as well and set the tone for us on both ends. And, you know, she was terrific.
With Clark sidelined and several other key players out, the Fever could have easily folded under the pressure, but instead, they showed up hungry for more. The stage was set for a statement. Coach Stephanie White had made it clear this game had to feel like a playoff battle. Every possession counted, and every player had to step up. And step up they did. Aaliyah Boston led the charge with an intensity that was impossible to ignore. From the tip-off, she set the tone, driving hard to the basket, playing tough defense, and leading by example. Kelsey Mitchell was on fire, knocking down shots and breaking records with every point she scored. It wasn't just about surviving, it was about thriving. Despite the missing players, the Fever didn't just compete, they dominated. They hit the Storm hard from every angle, finishing the first quarter with a lead that Seattle couldn't overcome. This wasn't just a win, it was a declaration. The Fever were here to make noise.
It's special. I mean, you know, there's very few people who get the opportunity to say that they have a logo and to make the impact that she makes, not just, I think, in the sport, but globally, just by being who she is. She's a connector. She brings people together. And, you know, I think for us to be a part of that, and whether it's, you know, as simple as being able to celebrate all of these things with her, or, you know, as much as walking out into the arena and seeing the whiteout on the chairs out there, it's really cool. And it's really special and shoot, I'm talking about it right now, and just feeling the intense gratitude for me personally, being in women's basketball, to be able to be a part of this moment and to celebrate.
As the game went on, it became clear that this wasn't just another regular season matchup. The Fever, despite their injuries, were playing with a grit that couldn't be ignored. Every player was stepping up in ways that spoke volumes about their heart and determination. When Lexi Hull took a massive hit to the head in the first quarter, the crowd fell silent. It was a moment that could have broken a team, but Hull's toughness set the tone. She walked off the court, her forehead swelling, but returned with a fire that seemed to ignite the entire team. She didn't flinch. Coach White couldn't help but praise her resilience, calling Hull's toughness the embodiment of the team's spirit. In that moment, the Fever showed what they were truly made of: a refusal to back down, no matter the odds. After Hull's injury scare, the Fever didn't just bounce back, they turned up the intensity. Every possession became a battle, and the energy in the building shifted. The crowd, still buzzing from the earlier celebrations, now rallied behind the team with a newfound urgency. Aaliyah Boston took charge, dominating the paint with 27 points and setting the tone for the game. Her relentless drive inside left the Storm struggling to keep up. Meanwhile, Kelsey Mitchell and Odyssey Sims were firing from the perimeter, each making critical shots that built an insurmountable lead. It wasn't just about one player, it was the collective effort. The Fever's defense was stifling, and their offense flowed effortlessly. By halftime, they had already set the pace, and the Storm had no answer. As the game progressed, the Fever's dominance became undeniable. What started as a statement win transformed into one of the most record-breaking nights in franchise history. Kelsey Mitchell continued to shine, passing Caitlyn Clark's single-season scoring record and solidifying her place in Fever history. But that was just the beginning. The milestones kept coming. Aaliyah Boston reached 1,000 career rebounds, becoming the second youngest player in WNBA history to do so. Her all-around performance proved she's not just a future star, but a present force in the league. Meanwhile, Odyssey Sims became the second fastest Fever player to reach 50 points and 25 assists, just behind Clark. 6 records, 1 night. The Fever weren't just making waves, they were creating a legacy, one play at a time. With the game in full swing and the lead growing, the Fever weren't just playing for themselves, they were playing for something bigger. The energy in the arena was electric, and the sense of urgency was palpable. Every player was fighting for every point, every possession, as if they knew the stakes were higher than just a regular season win. But then came the moment that would define the night. Lexi Hull, after taking a brutal hit earlier, returned to the game with a swollen forehead and a warrior's mindset. The crowd erupted, and her return sparked a wave of intensity that pushed the Fever to new heights. It wasn't just about physical toughness, it was mental resilience. The team didn't just survive their injuries, they thrived under pressure. Every shot, every rebound, and every defensive stop was a testament to their strength, determination, and belief in each other. The Fever weren't just playing the game, they were making a statement that would echo through the league. As the final buzzer echoed through Gamebridge Fieldhouse, the scoreboard told the story. Fever 95, Storm 75. But the numbers didn't do justice to the true significance of the win. This wasn't just about one game, it was about setting the stage for what's to come. With 6 records broken in a single night, the Fever had firmly planted their flag in the WNBA landscape. The team wasn't just surviving without Caitlyn Clark, they were thriving, proving they could compete with the best in the league, even with key players out. The victory pushed Indiana into playoff contention, but more importantly, it gave the team the confidence that they could take on anything that came their way. The future is bright for the Fever, with a roster filled with rising stars like Boston, Mitchell, and Hull. This is just the beginning. When Clark returns, the potential for this team is limitless. This victory wasn't just about breaking records, it was about making a statement that the Fever are here to stay, and they're not waiting for anyone to catch up. As the Fever celebrate their monumental victory, the real challenge begins. With only a handful of games left in the season, the playoff race is tighter than ever. Indiana has proven they can dominate even without their star, but now they must carry that momentum into the final stretch. The return of Caitlyn Clark looms large. Her impact on both ends of the court could elevate the Fever to an entirely new level. But can they maintain this intensity? Can they keep the energy high and avoid complacency as they push for the postseason? The road to the playoffs won't be easy, but with this team's grit, toughness, and rising confidence, they're in a position to do something special. The Fever are more than just contenders, they're building something that could change the WNBA landscape for years to come. As Clark prepares to rejoin the team, the question isn't just how far they can go this season, but how long they can keep this momentum building. The future is wide open, and for the Indiana Fever, it starts now.